Our community needs to be challenged and uplifted and celebrated through the local programming. That doesn't happen without WNIT. More and more, we're losing all of our local coverage of the wonderful things that are happening in here. Experience Michiana is one of those programs that celebrates the great things that are happening in our community. So I think without WNIT, you're stripped of your local spirit. And that's a great loss, because what we do in this community is really special, and we need to celebrate it. We need to embrace it. I have lived in this area most of my life. I went to college away and then lived in Chicago for a while, but I have always considered myself a Hoosier, I guess. And I've lived here in South Bend for, about 10 years now. I love it here. I think this community is a powerful one. And one of the things I always say is that we root for each other. In big metropolitan areas, that's not always the case, but here I really feel like I work for a nonprofit, and I feel like the other nonprofits around town are encouraging me always, and I do the same for them, and that really means a lot to me. There's a lot happening in this community, and it's big enough to support all of that, but at the same time, we're small enough that we can all thrive, and it doesn't have to feel zero-sum game or somehow dog eat dog. There's enough support for all of us, and I think that in addition, the community really wants us to partner and wants us to collaborate, and that collaborative spirit, I think, just weaves its way through this entire community, and the arts contribute then to, some of the downtown vibrancy. You talk about a downtown only being as strong as its arts organizations or its entertainment district or whatever you want to call. And I really think that because of the strength, the regional strength, not just local strength, the regional strength of our arts, it does bring together this community and has led to what I call the resurgence of Michiana. WNIT is an essential partner for us. Not only have you been a great champion with some of your programming, but you've actually come in and recorded programming that we've done. We had a wonderful partnership with a program called Better Homes last year, and I hope we can continue to do that. I know this year we're going to be doing The Importance of Being Earnest. The importance of that for me is we reach the people who come and see our shows, but WNIT, because of your reach, allows our programming through these partnerships to reach thousands more, maybe tens of thousands more. And that really was the way I was introduced to the arts, is through WNIT, frankly, PBS, because I didn't know about the arts. And the arts came into my home through the television and kind of set that foundation for me to have a lifetime appreciation of the arts, not just on the television, but then broadened into museums and arts exhibits and the theater and dance and all of the wonderful things that, frankly, came to me because of the commitment of WNIT to the arts. PBS Michiana WNIT is a vital resource for us, our children, and everyone in this community. Help preserve everything that PBS Michiana does and provides for entertainment, education, and inspiration. Please consider becoming a member today.